Well, welcome back to the StarLadder CIS RMR closed qualifier. My name is Dinko, joined by Hawker for this one. And we're hopping into map number 2 of our decider matchup. We're looking at Nemiga, trying to move through to the main event. They're up one map after winning Inferno, but we're heading into Vertigo. And this is Khan's map pick, Hawker. We talked about the fact that, Nemiga should be taking the series 2-0, but this is a small enough chance for Khan. They might be able to do something here. They weren't completely down and out on Inferno. They definitely had some individuals looking good, but it's still looking pretty difficult for them.
Yeah, I think so. And just the way we've seen that first map play out with Nemiga and Khan both grouping up a lot, I think that tends itself to Vertigo as a map. I think Nemiga can play that same way. They can just group up, use that good spacing, use those solid trades that they were so effective with on Inferno coming into Vertigo. As long as they don't just get snuffed out early by some of that CT ramp aggression or just snuffed out by some of the early kills going against them, I think they've got a pretty good chance here at playing similar to the way they did on the first map and carrying it through for the 2-0, even though this isn't their pick.
Yeah, and Nemiga, they're a team that, even if they make it to the main event here, obviously they're going to have to do a very deep run to be able to get enough points to really come into contention, but it's not so much that that they're looking at the next event coming up and just seeing it as an RMR. You got to look at these events also at the fact that they're huge events when it comes to prize pool, especially for a team like Nemiga that doesn't really play in a lot of these big tournaments, right? We don't really get to see them all that often. Maybe we'll see them in like the EDC or whatever, or these tier 2 leagues going online. You'll maybe see them in those, but where you get to play against some of the best teams in the world for $100,000, that doesn't really happen a whole lot. So it's actually just a very good tournament to try and qualify for, never mind it being an RMR for the major qualifier. So I think for a lot of these teams, that is also how they view this. They don't exactly view it as just a major qualification process. And I kind of get behind that because obviously it is a very different story for the teams like Spirit and VP and Navi and Gambit, right? Because it's all about trying to get that spot at the major because they play in these tournaments every single week. But Nemiga, Tropic, this is a big chance for them to win some cash as well. And it's very important to really get ahead in how much money you make as a player in your career. So definitely one more map that could put you in the tournament. So a lot on the line here for Nemiga, not just points, but good amount of money as well.
Definitely, and that we always do, like you said, kind of frame it around those RMR points, because at the end of the day, that is what the top teams are aiming for, like you were saying. But for Nemiga, there's also chances here where if you make it to the main event, and you maybe get some upset wins, like Tropic did. You get a win against a Navi, you get a win against a Spirit or a Virtus Pro. That's going to put you up in the world in the rankings. That's going to give you chances going forwards to make a name for yourself. Nemiga will be hoping to do that here by getting through this qualifier. We get into Vertigo. Nemiga starting on that CT side. Let's see if Khan can deliver on their map.
Lollipop, I just balance coming in as well for the follow-up. He's got 2 in the pistol. Match from Edward, and now the last remaining players in Capacho. Nice little snappy headshot. In fact, he's propelled his opponent off the map. There's a 2v3 again here with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Can definitely stand a chance to win this round, and they go up. As soon as I say that, what a headshot in from box. Edward is so far away from his teammate. He's going to go walking back up the ramparts. A 1 versus 3 for Edward.
He's praised his positioning throughout that first map. Here on Vertigo in a 1v3, he's going to have to outposition his opponents again. Spots the first player. Perhaps a chance for a 1v1 fight. Lollipop was alone, but he's able to win the battle for his team. 1-0 Nemiga. Lollipop likes to play in that sandbags position, I think, a fair bit. And he showed why there, landing the shot and getting Nemiga off to a good start.
Look at that, just beautiful stuff from Midas Balance, just performing very well. That getting the second shot off, very important before that third swing come out. Luckily the spacing kind of worked out perfectly that for Midas Balance, but Nemiga off to a good start here in Vertigo. If you're on the defensive side as well on Vertigo, you can definitely start racking up a couple of rounds here. JO, he's got a good position for it, but only gets 1. I thought for sure he's going to get more than that due to his position and how the flash worked out. MVS, player, looks to do something, and nothing from the UMP. That's something that he was doing a lot of yesterday, was he getting his SMG kills in, particularly on that SMG of the UMP, but this has not been the best round here for Nemiga. They have been pushed back, propelled deeper into the site, and the bomb plant has come in.
Bomb plant has come through. Box still sitting close by, but Topa's closing the distance with the Tech 9, which will be a one-shot at this sort of range. He can find that. He may not even need it because Box has been taken down so low. Topa dancing in and out of the angles. There's the headshot he was looking for, and he gets the follow-up. The Tech 9 comes through in close quarters to give Khan the instant bounce back.
That is not the round you would have liked from Nemiga, right? They go for some of that aggression at the start of the round. You expect maybe Jo to get 2 out of that. I think he needs to get 2. The fact that MDS doesn't get anything is just a very worrying sign for the hold that you can't really be going up against pistols like this and just not getting enough done on the initial hold. So Khan, very well done from them. Effective at taking the B site, don't really let up, just take the control as quickly as possible. Now it's Nemiga on the weaker bite. Can have a chance here to build up a few more rounds on the board. Stays in play, Galil's M4's a good shot to start out the round here from Box.
Lovely start. See if they can continue it. Maybe not, because Topa has instantly got Box back out of the round. Oh, 1 second too late.
So close, but yet so far. Now the attack up to the A side looks to come through. Flashbang at the right of Topa, but hide his balance. Oh, he nearly had another opportunity, but Capacho taking his head off like an Apache helicopter. MDS on the edge of the smoke. He gets away with something there, but a man advance is still in play for Cab, but they're not near the side. They haven't been able to get the bomb planted. And the round can still be won by Nemiga. Lollipop will be the player that you've got to keep your eye on here. MDS is about delaying and distracting. Lollipop is the player with the potency, and Topa was ready for that. Lollipop unable to get anything, and now they know where MDS was, and they just go in for the headshot. Nice reactions there from Can, to be honest, just slowing that play down. Alex not getting too far ahead of themselves.
Yeah, well done by Khan. Don't let that round get too out of hand, even after you lose the initial kill, even if you allow some closer range fights to come through. Make sure you don't let it slip away from you. And that means that Khan get themselves full rifles up against almost nothing from Nemiga. So exactly the sort of start that Khan would have wanted here on Vertigo. It's looking almost guaranteed they will get off to a 3-1 lead.
Rage trying to run up quickly with the M4. He's been able to try and find some opportunities around the corner. Lollipop is tied up by Laugh and goes forward as Rage for another kill. T-side looking good in this one. No resistance really met by the weakened pistols. 3-1 up for Cad. Not a bad start considering they lost the pistol, Alex. It's been quite a turnaround. Some money left over as well. On 3 players. Should be looking quite flush for cash in the next few rounds. And that's really the best case scenario for Khan as well. You're on your map pick and you're a map down, so you definitely want to get off to a decent start when it comes to building up some T rounds early. And if you can get to play your own game plan at the start of this, then I'm expecting a little bit of something out of Khan. You know, they're a team I'm not really rating them too highly in terms of being able to make it to the main event. I don't think they'll win the series overall, but I do think there's a little more to the team than we've seen already. You know, I think there's a little more behind this team, just based on the pieces they've got, the mix of youngsters and experience. I think they've got something up their sleeve, and if they could show us what they've got here in Vertigo, I think it'll be something else. I feel like they've got a little something they haven't been able to show yet.
Yeah, a little something special. I would tend to agree with you. I think they should make this a close map at a minimum. We saw Capacho doing some great work with some entries in their game against Entropic. He won them a couple of their rounds that they got in that series, so he's someone I will be keeping an eye on when he is looking to take fights. Right now, though, it looks like the mid play is what we have to watch for, and Nemiga have a 2-man stack. Ooh, nice try with the nade.
Capacho looking for a player above him on the ledge. I have to say, you do see quite a few kills coming through there on the CIS region. I think Forrester yesterday was displaying some crazy antics. through the middle. Pacho just chilling at the bottom of the stairway, finally gets his chance. He's been waiting for that, and he's got another one. Huge openings here for Capacho. Now he continues his run into the site. Lollipop's come in for his kill. 3v4 man advantage with Khan, and Tobin wants to get that followed up, and perfect timing for the peek on the box. Bomb goes down here for Khan. They've locked it in, and now Nemiga trying to scramble together and figure out where they've got to go, and I'd say the safe call is rather likely here for them.
Yeah, they're nowhere near that bomb site, and this came from that mid stack early, which I thought was going to work out for Nemiga, right? It was a bit unorthodox having those two players stacked in mid like that. They weren't able to get that clean kill initially off the mid play, and it's a nice response from Khan moving into that A bomb site, taking some solid trades. Again, that man Capacho I was talking about getting 2 important kills. I think Lollipop will be okay to save. Edward's happy letting him keep his gun, because even with 2 saved rifles on the Nemiga side, it does leave them in a slightly uncomfortable position here, right? Where you would love to be able to get the force buy together, but when you only save 2 guns, you can't really justify it. So it's going to have to be the half investment from Nemiga alongside those 2 rifles.
Box. Balance to play with one another, and while Midas Balance has been given his kill, a second as well for Midas Balance. Grit double up against the rifle by Khan. Certainly fantastic starting to an important round, and Lollipop able to back him up. Everything crumbling here for Khan. Can Rage be the player that steps up and delivers? Can he be the player that claws back this round into a winnable situation? He's got himself his first kill, but would need a quick second, and he might just be able to get that. He spotted the shadow. He knows the play's in the corner, and Rage has hit the headshot. Slowing down once again. It's a 2v3, and Khan can still win this round. Oh, especially with that flank kill MDS is caught, and suddenly it's a 2v2. A round that was looking done. A round that was looking like he was locked in for Nemiga has suddenly turned into a round where Khan can pull it off again.
And Nemiga are splitting up here. They want to get information now because of that. JO is thinking of going aggressive, but they are going to have to take 1v1 fights on the Nemiga side. JO could be in a great spot, though. He snuck himself into this short shelf position. He'll hear the smoke onto the site, and I don't know if Khan are ready for him. They are going to hold this side, so Rage keeps his teammates safe, but Rage not ready for the flank, and Capacho has to do it all. He's been getting entries, now he's got to get a clutch. 1v2, but he's not ready for JO to be so far up, and Nemiga do just about save themselves in this round.
Start off so well for the Alex as well. It should have been a very clean round for Nemiga. Midas Balance getting 2 kills at the start of the round. Lollipop backing him up, but a couple of mistakes here and there that allowed the round to come back into a small chance for Khan. And I have to say, it is going to be a little bit annoying for Khan that they don't end up winning the round, but valiant attempt. And finally, Nemiga back on the board. But it does mean damage to their economy, and that means they're on the line again. And they lose this round, their money is definitely not going to be looking pretty. But the same can be said for Khan, right? They're right down to their final few legs.
Both teams scraping the bottom of the barrel. Or at least getting towards that point. Still got the premium rifles for this specific round. Really been enjoying Capacho's play here towards B. Rarely seems to die there. Oftentimes gets a kill or 2 when he's called upon. Ramp is oftentimes the more heavily fought for position, and just as I praise Capacho, he has been caught out by the early flashbang. Tope is trying to sneak into enemy lines, but Box clears his backside, and now Khan are 2 players down with only mid-control to show for it.
Oh, good goal. Edward's doubling up. Good headshots coming in quickly over the top of construction as MDS, but the work is already done for Edward. That's 2 kills. Well, he's drawing it back, but unfortunately, they've lost the many members. And now it's just Rage, who will find a free kill on the MDS, who goes a little bit walking into the crosshair. Midas Balance and JYO left in a 2v1. The bomb can be picked up here for Rage. He can decide where he wants to go with this one. As he go back over towards the B side, we would have a chance here on either side of the map he goes towards. But he has to make his mind up quickly, only 30 seconds. He's going for mid. That's the slowest way to any bomb site here. Gotta be pretty quick now, Ridge.
Oh, he's still walking. He doesn't want to give the game away.
Gonna give a round away, though.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to get the kill and the plant. Jo, oh, he's in the one position where he will be cleared. 1 HP for Rage, but he will get the bomb down in time. There's still a nade for iDisbalance, though. That nade could go soaring into the site any second. He's got it in his hands. It's plopped down, and there's the swing from iDisbalance. The AK gets the job done.
Well, Ridge, you really left it down to the final seconds, but nearly pulls it off. Nemiga, again, another close round by the skin of their teeth. They get it over the line, and the bomb plant is really important there, actually, because, you know, it adds a little bit of extra money. Obviously not really looking like a great buy in this round, but they're going to go for it. They're going to get a couple of AKs out. And obviously, with that bomb plant, that kind of allows them to do this. It gives them a little bit more utility on some players, enough money to get an AK and some armor. So, very important job that Rage gets that bomb down. But we'll see if can pull this off. Again, if they lose this round, it's nothing for either team. So, another swing round coming up, a very important one. And we should be seeing an eco for either side going into the next round.
Smoke down by Nemiga, making sure there isn't any instant pop into this B bomb site. We've seen what Khan can do on these B entries, though, and this time they've got a full force attack on this B bomb site.
Jo now swinging out. He needs to get kills quickly. I said kills because he needed plural, but it's only singular for him. Luckily, the rest of his teammates are here, and it's cleaned up by iDisbalance. 4-4 on the boards are tied up yet again. Nemiga, even when they're down and out, Alex, when it's looking like they're about to crumble or break, they always win those little rounds. So it's important. And now they've got themselves back in a situation where they should be heading into the lead. It should be 5-4. It hasn't been the prettiest of showings from Nemiga across the board here in Vertigo, but as long as they start to win these important rounds, as long as they start to build it up a little bit, I can definitely see them coming back and taking control in this first half, which is what they're doing right now.
And they're starting to come through for the Nemiga side. That should be a good nade. Yeah, nice damage done across the board. Khan were attempting to assemble a boost, but iDisbalance is ahead of the game. Oh, nice shot from Box. And any chance these pistols had has been snatched away from them. Laff couldn't even get the bomb back. It was dropped on top of the box. But it's not going to matter because iDisbalance just gets another headshot anyway. He's been looking really strong here at the start of Vertigo.
You definitely love to see it. 13-4 here for iDisbalance. 122 ADR. Important round coming up for him here. He's going to go for the ramp peak, running straight away with the AWP to try and open things up. But doesn't commit to the fight early. You know, you don't want to throw that AWP away. Too often do we see players just fully commit to that and not really ever have critical thinking and decide to fall back. But iDisbalance realizes the value that he holds in staying alive, and so it drops back over the peak. That does give ramp control over to Khan pretty easily. As long as they hold down the choke points, ramp short, they should be good. And there's a peek out from Lollipop and Sandbite. A couple of players still in the ramp, and he's going to double up with his teammate. The rifle's cutting through the attack. iDisbalance on the AWP getting involved as well. Not a single kill from Khan comes in here. It's a fantastic round out of Lollipop, and now Capaccio walking right up past the wood. Hadn't spotted his opponent. Jo gets close to the MP9 and swiftly upgrades to the AK-47. Round 11 coming right up, and Nemiga, that was a real sign of things to come, Alex. That was clean.
Yeah, they are starting to take over now. You can feel it. And we've had so many different maps where different players have been top of the board for Nemiga. Finally, it's iDisbalance's turn with those 14 kills. It's been a really cool sign to see for this Nemiga team that so many of their players have performed throughout this qualifier so far. Ox forced back, has to be careful. Nice balance is there at mid though. Nice shot initially. Lollipop was there behind him. Good bait and switch from Nemiga. They've had a couple of rounds now, Nemiga, where they stack those two players on mid. This time it catches Khan off guard.
Oh, JL Laugh is out of the server as well, leaving just Topa. Topa's like the sort of dress wear Greek people used to wear, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I have no clue.
Let me
Don't
look
ask me
this
about
up.
that.
What is a Topa? Let me have a look here. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Never mind, I can't find it. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But,
Maybe
I'll
is
figure
it toga? Is
Toga, that'll be it. Yeah.
I don't know, is it? No,
Yeah,
that's
you're right.
Oh
you're
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
am right. Got it.
You wear togas, Alex?
I don't know if I've ever
I typed
even
in
seen a toga
and
in real life.
an anime character comes up.
No,
so-
yeah, that's why I was getting confused, because I did the same. But it is right, apparently.
Why did Toga become a villain? Okay, well, no spoilers, you guys.
Whoa.
There
I'm
we
gonna
go.
watch that
Yeah, goddamn
anime
it, guys.
show, even though
You
I've never
ruined it.
watched an anime before.
Neither. Well, I have actually as a kid, but not recently. Rush is constantly trying to get me to watch some. Wants me to watch some volleyball one. But we'll get right back into the action here. Idis Balance, once again. Position him at sandbag, will be able to get anything from it. He's going to be under a lot of pressure. The heat is leveled up. Fire down, peeks out, gets a quick shot now as well. Bullets rain on in, the trade is through. And a 4v3 favoring the card side as they go back into the A side.
Brave was hoping that that player would stray into his crosshair. Lollipop playing safe for now. Nade lands right on him, but Topa's got an all-important kill into that A-bomb site. And now Nemiga are firmly on the back foot in this round. Down to a 2v4. No bomb plant as of yet, but I'm not sure it's going to make a difference. Nemiga don't want to compete for this one. They've given up on it.
Finally, can just kind of chip away at them. Force them into the war of attrition that they've come out on top of, at least in round 12. This half certainly was starting to heat up for Nemiga, but still a chance here for Can to do something out of this one. Lollipop's going to start walking up the rampway. He's trying to hang around on the exits, potentially catching some of the Can players, trying to save. Of course, their running is not in the hottest of spots, so if you take a couple of these rifles away, that could be very costly. And another kill from JL comes through. 2 players survive. If they can get that up, they'll be pretty happy about that, but they couldn't quite grab it. At least a couple of players go down towards the end. That is a couple of rebuys now forced by Nemiga, whose money is much better than that of Khan.
Still some chances for both teams here towards the end of the half, but as you were saying, definitely some economic implications possible towards the end of this half. Smoke up from the T side. Topa will be able to be safe as long as that molly doesn't force him into the open. He's all right though, and it's Jo who could be under pressure. Nice kill initially, but Laugh's able to respond, and now that B site is open for business. Well-timed molly though. There was no one on the B site itself. The MBS had that incendiary lineup. That'll keep them safe on B, but now this might be an over-rotation, an over-response from Nemiga. They've all rotated over.
Yeah, this is not the response you would like from them either. It's looking like Khan are about to walk into a free bomb site. Depends how long they take, because Lollipop could go get this info. If he could delay, if he could hold them off, a rotation could come back in from his teammates on time, but it has to be a good delay here from Lollipop. He's got an incendiary grenade available, and with 50 seconds left, as soon as that utility starts to come in, he should call to his teammates, and he's got to get back over here. Luckily, one of them is close enough by. Lollipop turning around, spot a player coming into his crosshair. Lollipop trying to line them up on the crossover. Hasn't been able to get them though. Follow up incendiary down into short from Lollipop. And no kills for either side, so 4v4 post plant will resume on. And that's the kill that draws it back in favor of Khan.
Topa creeping up close to the smoke. Could be able to get a kill here. Indeed, he has. Now he cuts back into this corner, and it's really hard to flush him out of this. If they wanted to commit to that fight, they would have been exposed to other angles. So you can see that Nemiga have realized, yet again, backing away is the better option. Khan now starting to find a good bit of success towards this A site. Maybe not instantly going into the A site, but getting there eventually, getting that bomb down and playing the post plant well.
It's this nade kill that really gives them that huge edge. Just over the top on the lollipop. 7-6, what a game so far here on Vertigo. Can really showing it's something on the T side. That's what I was talking about. But maybe this double op setup could be the key to unlock success once again for Nemiga. They bring them down in this round. It could end up in a bit of disaster for Can. Round 14, only a couple rounds left here in this first half. Right, this balance once again position towards top ramp. He's got Box to help him out, but Utility is going to force them back. They're going to play a little bit more passively. As the attack from Kang comes up the ramp way, it's just clearing out short, being methodical. Box trying to play around the edge of the smoke and get away with anything. Spamming through Canopy on the top to try and find Utility. He's been able to pick up anything. So many bullets going off between both teams, but finally a kill comes in. Laugh is able to line up a headshot, which does mean a little bit more pressure now on the shoulders of Idis Balance. He's got to hit a shot, and he's done that. A very good shot, in fact, there onto Topa. And he's going to get away into the site. And MDS now re-aggressing, taking position at Sandbags. And Fox has got the rifle kill on Capacho. Went through on his own. There's no trade potential there, so they've just given away a kill. And MDS is at Sandbags. They're not ready for this. They're not ready for this position. They thought this was cleared out. And he's going to get one. Luckily traded out quickly by Edward, but there's always another Nemiga player ready to take the reply.
Oh, and Box himself sneaks through that smoke to catch Edward off guard one more time. Plenty of plays in that round from Nemiga where they just got the drop on their opponents. And as you pointed out, once you get the drop on one player on your opponent's side, it doesn't always just lead to that one kill. Sometimes your teammates can follow up from it because of the chaos that's been caused, because of the difficulties that Khan are going to have figuring out exactly what's going on. So, well done by Nemiga. Couple of heads-up individual plays there, give them another round win, and give them the chance to get one or two more rounds, or I think one more round, because I'm pretty sure we're ending this first half shortly.
Yes, we will be coming to a close very quickly on this first half. Last round coming up, and have to say, you know, I've been pretty impressed from both teams, what they've shown us. It's been a very balanced game, I would say, of Vertigo so far. Tit for tat, couple of individual moments coming out. Post plants definitely looking exciting, but Khan would definitely like a 7th round on their T side on their map pick, especially because they are a map down after losing Inferno. They would love to be able to get going into the second half as closely as possible, right? You want to get those 7 rounds out of your T side. Jo, he was playing quite aggressive towards B. There's a couple of rounds where he's been caught out, so I'm glad he's backing off early. Idis Balance once again aggressive in towards the ramp area. He's been really good here, but look at this. The B hit has already come in. Capacho just decapitating Jo. That AWP had no rifle support, so it's untraded. And he didn't really find an opportunity to get away with anything. But luckily, MDS charging forward. Nearly a 3rd kill out of the double. And now just laughed alongside Edward to try and win out this round. 2v3. Over a minute left. This round's been explosive onto the B side.
And MDS coming through with the biggest play of the round so far. And Edward one-up him. It's not looking good for his chances. He's mollied out. Box seals the deal on a 9-6 half for Nemiga. Still competitive. Khan showed us some signs of life, some signs of success throughout that map. Or first half, I should say. But all in all, I think Nemiga have looked like the better team here on this map so far. They've got to make sure they can close it out, though.
I do love this from Capacho. Look, just getting the right timing for the opening pick, and then everybody just kind of follows up behind it. Just kind of unfortunately couldn't get the round win because of it, but Here we go, into the second half. Nemiga 9-6. One more half between them and qualification for the main RMR event. Just tune in. This is series number 1 of the day. We have another one coming up after this. We're watching it. Nemiga tries their way to the main event. StarLadder RMR, this pistol, back and forth they go, trading blow for blow yet again. 3v3 as Box tries to enter the A site. It's Rage that tries to dispel him, but it's Edward that's stuck in behind, and he's got a double kill, falling away with his hard work done. And look how much damage has been done to these Nemiga players. Not only are they a man down, but their health barely makes enough to really play with right now.
I'll be hoping for headshots, that's for sure. On that low health, you really need the immediate kill. You need to fire first, otherwise you are probably in trouble. Can't have cleared out ramp, so they will start to go back to B, but will they get here in time? Nades already being thrown. MDS can sit at mid, and this is the exact sort of play that needs to be made. Edward not ready, but MDS misses his opportunity. Now they know where he is. Could they bring the bomb back to A? Maybe MDS could try and sneak through, but he's deciding to just stick up close, continuing to try and sneak his way through, but so low on health, there's no way in for him. Khan shut it down, Rage with a nice triple kill, and Khan winning another pistol.
Great job done from it. And now they've got to really capitalize upon this opportunity. You cannot go down to the force bite. And it doesn't exist for Nemiga. In fact, this should be an easy round for Can. Again, they love to go heavy rifles in these second rounds, Alex. You never really see Can going for those SMGs. You've got 2 M4s in play, 3 FAMAS already. Quite heavy investment. Quite a risk behind this. But up against the weak weapons, pistols and Glocks, or should I say P250s and Glocks, it really shouldn't be much of an issue for them. They should be winning this, no problem. Just a formality that we play this one out. At least I hope, Alex. I have seen some strange things happen in Counter-Strike.
Never be 100% sure.
Oh.
Nice shot from Rage, though. I like that flash, too. Banking it off the wall. Lands in a pretty good spot to blind a lot of these players down low. And Topa takes his turn to do some damage with the rifle. Looking good so far.
Two Galils in play. I actually am a bit of a fan of the Galil, Alex. I think it's a decent gun. So they're pulling it out.
It's better than the FAMAS, I'm going to say.
Yeah, obviously.
And can't have 3 of them.
3 FAMAS, dude. Oh, it's disgusting. Truly disgusting. The worst part about FAMAS in Counter-Strike is when I would have to cast Mitch back in the day, and he would just tell me all about the plural of FAMAS is FAMAS because of it is a name in French. And oh god, Mitch really tries to pull he speaks French card a lot, doesn't he?
I'm just going to call them FAMASes from now on, just in case Mitch is watching. Yeah,
FAMAS
to try to annoy him.
Family. The FAMAS family.
So many options.
Well, Edward. He's a lot of the classic skins, Alex. You know, he's not rocking any of the new stuff. He's no genius. Topa. The total headshot. Opening up the round here for Can. Man advantage in play. And here's a FAMAS doing a little bit of work there.
A nice kill up close, and Nemiga have just been sitting outside this ramp the whole time. The molly about to come in, but Edward can get the kill before the smoke comes up to his position. It's not going to matter, though, because Lollipop turns around, spins on a dime, gets that kill right back, and Nemiga have the man advantage on the initial play.
Yeah, Last going to run forward. He's right through the edge of the smoke and now charging right in. Go look for a pick. Lollipop down, out his balance has come in with an 8k to lap, and now Capacho swinging forward, out his balance is able to take him. And it's 10-8 as Nemiga will win the round. Double figures reach for them. Just 6 away now from confirming their spot at the StarLadder RMR main event. I believe this is the last day we've got 2 BO3s in the day, so if you are tuning in, plenty of Counter-Strike action has been played out over the last couple of days across 2 simultaneous streams, and we've ended up with these teams. 2 teams that have already qualified are Entropic, and of course, a team of 4s yesterday who managed to beat out Nemiga to get their spot at the main event. And both of these teams have made it to the decider matchup. Khan doing so by going down to the lower bracket in their opening game and then fighting back in the lower bracket to get a spot here in the decider matchup. And Nemiga, well, they are going to try and get to the main event the second time of asking. It's certainly looking like that is a possibility if they just close it out here. It's kind of disappointing for them if they didn't make it through. I do always worry when players have glasses of water or whatever right beside their keyboards, just because I've seen too many issues with that, Alex.
It can be scary. It can be scary.
It's gonna get a lid, a little sippy cup, and spiral straw, everything.
Wow, big moment here in this game because Khan have gone for the investment. If they lose this one, they are going to fall fairly far behind. So a lot of pressure on Khan in this round. And look at the boost. How does Jo sneak away from that? There were 3 players looking his way. He doesn't take a single point of damage. And now Box is ready for the player on the short side. Nemiga are the ones that get the early kill despite Khan's awareness, despite Khan's stack. They can't get the first fight to go their way.
Yeah, a good start from Nemiga. They'll be happy about that, but Edward's going to try and change it. Good flash in from Rage that allows that trade kill. 4v4, Edward waiting for the other flash. He's looking at his teammate, make sure he's got the timing right. I heard interesting discussion, Maui Snake was having this on Twitter about teams that are shortening their communication calls. And the ping pong, flash instead of 1, 2, 3 flash, go on the pong and get ready for the ping. And it's actually kind of cool, Alex. I never really thought about that stuff, but it's kind of cool to think about that in communication terms.
I remember hearing about, I think it was Blade's team's Flipside Tactics, that they used to use like a grid system almost, where they'd have like specific spot names, very specific spot names. Like you'd say A3, and you'd know exactly where it was. Or at least it was something like that. I'm not sure it was maybe that precise. I'm not sure if the translation was slightly off or what, but they had a different way of calling spots for sure. That's
so cool though. That's probably why they took so long to do anything, because they're trying to figure out their system.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what is A3? It's like, this is A3. That's why it took a minute and a half. I would be interested to see how much of that is leaked into Navi. Probably not a lot, but kind of interesting. I don't really feel like that would work anymore, but pretty cool. You ever had any weird calls or anything?
Not that I can think of, because I assume every call that I make, I think, is normal, but then like maybe I'll find out one day that people think it's weird. Who knows?
Well, the Australians definitely have, that's for sure. Diggity.
True, true.
Also, Ancient. I think everybody's got their own calls for Ancient at this point.
Yeah, they'll get unified eventually. Figure them out eventually.
The united call-outs of Ancient. The new nation here in Counter-Strike. Well, it is
a good start for Khan.
Yeah. Fast start for Nemiga here, but Kopa's going to try and pull it back off the boost.
Been a couple of unfortunate moments for Khan where they've had this nice idea of a boost or a stack play that just hasn't panned out for them. You'd think they'd get a kill from that, but only damage done. And now if Nemiga wanted to set up these smokes into A, they could easily do so.
Rage has got a decent flank here, but they're just probably looking for it. Doesn't matter though, because Rage is quicker. And now they know there's a flanking player, but it's all falling apart here for Nemiga. They're losing players fast. And Rage has got the flank still, luckily caught by Box. And the play can slow down again. They're looking for the plant. They're not going to commit to it. Instead, they fall back. But Topa's seen the fallback. The smoke faded away. And he's seen the arm going back towards short. So now that they clear away default, they should be aware of this drop-off. And they've even got a kill on the Jo. And they've left MDS alone. He's going in for the shots here, trying to get it done. He's the ball carrier, and his team's over on B. MDS is a solo player right now on the A side. It doesn't even matter. He kills everybody. MDS is a one-man army. And a 12th round for Nemiga off the back of that hero play.
My God, he just kept fighting them. One by one, they come into his crosshair. Khan spacing not as good as they would have wanted it to be, but MDS still had to make them pay, and he was so impressive there in getting all those kills. A lot of pressure on him in that late round scenario, but he stands strong. And now Khan finally back to a full buy, but they're 4 rounds down. And the tides appear to be turning in favor of Nemiga. Maybe not if they keep throwing nades like that, though.
What patch shot. Killing the MBS. Lollipop goes down and Ice Bounce running right through with his AK. 3v3. Interested to see how the rotations will play out here for Khan. Edward already over on the B side. 2 players over there now for the CT side as the rotation certainly coming over to the B side of things. This is why they think the play is going to happen. And they would be right on that assumption. Ice Bounce lining up a smoke. This one lands in towards construction if I'm not wrong. Just in front of it to cover it off. Now actually severs Edward off from his teammate. And Ridge is going to have to run through the smokes, and he gets onto the edge of it. He's got a wall of smokes to divide the site itself, but Edward's coming with 1. He's looking for a follow-up, and he does get 2. So down into the 1v1, Idis Balance up against Topa. And if there is a player you want in the clutch, it would be Idis Balance right now. 23 and 8 so far here in Vertigo. Topa's a decent player, but Idis Balance is on a new one. He's looking to try and crush him for his 24th kill in the server so far. He'll pick up the bomb, bring it into the middle of the site, and his opponent is on the other side of that wall. And Topa might just have the perfect angle. If Idis Balance takes a wide stance, he might have been spotted, but he's going to go back to the site itself, running around in the site now, switching out to the AK instead of the AWP, but there's limited time left. He'll have to commit to the plant eventually, and Topa's going to move on that smoke. He'll use the cover of it, getting close, about to walk through. Idis Balance not looking the right way, comes down to the timing, and Topa hits the headshot right through the smoke, hits the headshot between the eyes, and Topa wins out the 1v1 up against Idis Balance.
We'd had some close moments before this round, but this was the most important of all of them so far. And credit to Topa for being confident enough to make that play. He knew there was a decent chance that the player wasn't going to have eyes on that smoke, that he was going to get the opportunity to react in time. It's a nice trade initially from Idis Balance, but it's hard to expect this walk through the smoke, and I think exactly where the smoke landed was just slightly shallower than Idis Balance may have wanted, because it meant that walkout on the right side was even further, even harder to spot for. Topa was aware of that fact, plays it really well, and can't hold on, keeping themselves close here on Vertigo.
Utility starting to come in. Top clearing out the sandbags, and nades deeper towards short. Topa starting to walk forward after his teammate behind him with Ridge, who has to use up his utility to actually get over there to attack the secondary, but Topa, he was close to getting the shot, but Ridge had come over and was quicker on the trigger. It's now they're aware of 2 players spinning towards short, and they're going to clear them up. Lollipop's coming with a double kill, but Laugh getting the last laugh on the double kill, finally taken out of the round, but Edward denies the plan, and it's all chaos on the A site. But right now it's chaos for Can, and it looks like the round is about to go their way, and Idis Balance perfectly flashed away. And that's the round for Can. Edward coming in with important kills in that one. 12-10. This scoreline really heating up now, Alex. And Nemiga looked like for a while they were in a great position, but at this point it's starting to look a little worrying.
I think it's important for Khan that they show us they can stop that A play that was coming in against them. They show that they can turn it into a scrappy round, which is what you have to do when you see these A-sided plays come in. Sometimes you maybe just want to sit behind the smoke for the retake, but if you can get ahead of them, if you can deny things initially, that's also a great way of dealing with it. And I'm glad that Khan seemed to be on the same page there, that they were just going to fight to the death. They were going to try and deny the bomb plant. They did that really, really effectively in that round. And now Nemiga might have to second guess themselves somewhat. We can't just go for that A play. Khan have showed us they can counter that. They're going to have to come up with some different solutions, and you can see this timeout reflecting that. Oh wow, it's a force for Nemiga. It is not looking too nice for them.
It's not looking nice at all. It's just they've gone to the pots and pans shop, Alex. They've just picked out what they can. They've headed to war with gardening tools at this point.
Yeah, they've just been tempted in by the fact that if they win this, then Khan's money is also really bad. So maybe they've got something special for us.
Well, the B hit certainly could work out for them if they're effective on the kills initially. Good kill for Capacho, and obviously Laugh will be the player you're looking to try and take out. And they've done that very well indeed. Lollipop on the MAC-10 making it work, but Edward has been the thorn in their side over the last couple of rounds now, and he continues to be that over on this B side. He keeps it at a 3v3. And JO's flank could work out perfectly. They have no idea he's in the best position of the round here, and he's going to wait. He's going to use that trigger discipline before he takes his kill. Biding his time, looking for more info, looking for another player, but finally strikes. A second one in for JO. And the third player was in towards CT as well, and that's Rage on the AK. JO's won the round here just by doing that one little Tech 9 play in towards middle. A fantastic job done by Nemiga to win the round, Alex. And that's what you were talking about. The money's now gone for Khan.
Lovely patience from JO, and yeah, there was a lot of pressure on that round, right? There was a lot of pressure on that scenario. Nemiga would have known that if they could win it, they could reset Khan's economy like this. So the fact that JO stays so composed under those circumstances, in those trying times, really impressive stuff from JO there. He didn't wait too long either. Sometimes players can wait too long for that second man to walk into their crosshair, but I think eventually you just take that first kill and then you try and make sure you are ahead of any trade attempt that will come through, and that's what JO did. He was ready for that second peek, and now Khan have to try and do the same themselves and win with pistols. Oh, so close.
Yeah, really close, but no cigar here. No cigar at all. They're getting taken out through the smokes. And 13-10 quickly looking like it's about to be 14, and with the investment, like you mentioned, Alex, likely 15 rounds if they lose this. So things definitely getting out of hand now for Khan, so everything is on the line for them. Still a doable round, but they've got to hope for a miracle. Rage has to overperform from this position. He has to hope that he goes untracked. He has to hope that he can spot one or two players looking the wrong way. That's one opportunity, that's the headshot. It's going to be Laugh, actually, that gets that. And Laugh getting a double kill, that's what they need. And now Rage getting involved as well. There's a chance here for him. He switches out to the AK, but Box takes him down with the AWP. Oh, there was always a chance. There was always a little bit of a dream. But the pistols couldn't make it happen. It's 14 rounds now for Nemiga. Likely to be mapped in series point. If you're Khan, you're feeling a little disappointed about this.
Kind of showed us heart here, that's for sure. Taking Nemiga close. After getting beaten handily by Entropic in their opening game. This game against Nemiga was not going to be an easy one, but they brought this game on Vertigo close. Might not be enough, though. They've gone for another force fight. Remember, there are 5 teams that make it through from this qualifier, so even if Khan lose, they're not out, but they don't want to lose just yet. Topa getting close range with the CZ, finally traded, but the chaos keeps on coming, and it looks to be favoring Khan right now.
That's what they wanted to do in the last round. That's what they wanted to pull off, and they were close to it, but they go for it again this time, and that's what you do when you run things back, when you go for it again. Balance peeks out, gets 1 kill, but he has to be the player that stays alive. His teammate's on 1 HP, and Capacho's coming from short. So Lollipop is aware that both players are on the A site right now, but what can he do about it? He's picked up that bomb, and on 1 HP has to start his walk back to the B site. Even if he gets the bomb planted, staying alive in the post plant is just not looking all that likely. So Khan is certainly up a player and up a chance here right now. They should be grabbing 11.
Does Lollipop even commit to the bomb plant straight away? I think he might just have to. Throws out the volley. That might give the game away. Wanted to make sure that Jens was completely clear, but here comes the flank. 1 shot is all that's needed. Laugh goes ahead and lands it. And Khan are being a real nuisance here, a real thorn in Nemiga's backside, and I'm loving it. They are staying competitive. They are staying in this game. We weren't sure if they were going to be able to compete on Vertigo after some of the starts they had to these rounds, but they've dug deep, they've fought back, and now it's anyone's game.
Crunch time for round 26. AWP in play for Ridge. He's been really quite impressive so far here on Vertigo. That could be something that wins them a lot of important fights here, because there's nothing to go up against them, right? They don't have the AWP of Itis bounce in this round for Nemiga. And like you said, the game once again opens up to anybody. Edward being a huge talisman on the CT side. Another multi-kill from him. 2 down in middle. Not the start you need if you're Nemiga, especially when you're on these weaker weapons. And Jayo dies to the smoke. Nothing picked up for him. And Nemiga are crumbling in round 26. Everything they invested has gone to waste. They've got to find a way to make this round work. And even with Itis Bounce alive, it is unlikely they shall find it. So 12 rounds looming for Khan. And with that, likely 13. Topa just sitting inside of the ramp, waiting for the walkout around the corner. Itis Bounce and MDS now starting their walk up. Topa is at a bit of a difficult angle to expect. You're going to be looking at short here, not the lower angle. And they're not even going to go around the corner. So instead, they're going to play contact. This could work for them. They have to be aware of the short flank. But Rage's AWP will be the deciding factor here. This is what I was saying. They don't have an AWP to challenge this. They've just got to peek it. And Rage will easily take that kill. He might even look for a second, but repositions and allows his teammates to potentially do some damage here. And the elevator peak from left do the work. And another round for Khan. They're still afloat here. They're getting rounds. It's 14-12. Likely 14-13 now when you take a look at the buys from both teams.
And unlike the earlier moments of this game where Khan in this sort of round were able to get a fair bit of an investment, Nemiga aren't going to have that same luxury. You can already see some players might invest nothing into this round. Even with that big losing bonus, they can only get a couple of pistols. So the chance of Nemiga having that heroic moment like Khan did with the low buy is unlikely, but still possible as they go running into this B-bomb site. Laugh sprays away. Capacho here to help him. He's out of ammo, which means Jayo can run him down. Capacho also out of bullets, but Edward has rotated over. And I think his position should be strong enough. No ammo for Jayo. He's picked up the gun with no bullets, and that means he can be gunned down at the end of the round.
Timeout coming in for Nemiga. Very important, obviously. Take a look at the situation. 14-13. You want to do it here as quickly as possible. You want to get to the main event. You don't want to drop a map to Khan. You don't want to open it up to that third map decider of Mirage. We haven't seen Nemiga looking so hot to trot yesterday. They look quite uncomfortable. So you don't want to let it come down to that, even though, you know, Nemiga are generally a pretty good Mirage team, but right now you want to just close it in 2 if possible.
It's not like Nemiga are super comfortable on Vertigo either. You know, heading into this game, for example, they've lost their last 4 times they've played it. Against some good teams like Entropic, like Hyenas, who they took to overtime, but it's still not a comfort map for Nemiga. So when they have to dig deep like this, they may not have a play they can really comfortably fall back on. Maybe MDS will be the player they're looking out for. He nearly took a fight against Capacho, but not meant to beat. Meanwhile, over on A, smoke deployed by the team to try and create space. The Wolf of Rage doesn't want to take the close range fight, but Box is happy to take that one. Straight through the wall, headshot lands, and Nemiga have that early pick they were desperately looking for.
Important start to the round. Important start to an important round, in fact. Smoke down into the B stairs as the cavalry of Nemiga begin to gather outside of the smoke, and Capacho will have much more pressure on his shoulders. The entire pressure of the map may lie on this young man's shoulders. We'll see if he can handle the pressure or crumble underneath it. The attack comes up 35 seconds untested on Pete, and finally they will check him, and Box just dispatches him immediately. Lollipop in the mid-peak, ready for those rotations, and not a single kill from Khan has come in. It's a disappointing round here for the defense, but they've got to call the save. They cannot go into this retake and lose every weapon. They have to play for the next one. They will have weapons to salvage. They'll have something to play with. But Nemiga will reach map and series point and are now just one round away from qualifying to the main RMR event.
Great moment for Box to get that opener for Nemiga to put them in a position where they have the advantage for the site take. The site take itself was obviously solid, was obviously good over towards me, but I've got to say, getting that opening kill was a big part of it, and whether or not Nemiga can get that opening kill in this one as well is yet to be seen. This was the spray. Wow. I mean, that is really well done by Box. You've got to give it to him. And then, obviously, this push into the B site was always going to be successful when you get that far in. But if Nemiga don't get that opening kill in this round, that's when I want to see what they can do. That's when they've been struggling. That's when Khan have been showing some real resistance.
Well, silence just off for Jo. Go full Vietnam right now. Just unloading into the smoke. That was an napalm as well. Ability being juiced up, and now Nemiga trying to wrap around in the CT spot. So much control of the map being taken. They're really upping the pace in this one. They're looking to try and close it here, Alex. They're looking to try and take their spot at the main event. There's no one there to stop them. Who can really stop Nemiga at this point? Topa, he looks to try and step up. He looks to try and be a pawn in the play here for Khan. But hey, oh, he's taking the silencer off. He has gone a little bit stealthy, at least in the corner. Topa. Here goes Jo. Does he go for the knife? He's going to go for it, Alex. He goes for the knife kill in the last round. What a way to close it. It's looking like it's completely done here. Just one more kill and MDS secures it. It's going to be a spot in the main event for Nemiga. They head their way through. An incredible end to the series there, Alex. And overall, Nemiga certainly deserve it after what we've seen over the past couple of days. They're definitely the second best performing team out of this group.
Yeah, done and dusted. They can be happy with the way they've played here. I think Khan have still impressed us throughout this tournament. And we have to remember there's that 5th and 6th place decider tomorrow, which we will still get to play. So they will have a chance to make it through to the main event. And look, they did pretty well here, I think, in the way that they were fighting together, in the way that they were almost playing Nemiga at their own game at times, where both teams seemed to want to play a similar way, but Khan was still hanging on in there. So I've got to give them props. I've been really pleasantly surprised by them, considering they weren't really a lineup ahead of this event, right? They played the qualifier together. This is Edward's first HLTV games for like 9 months. They played well, but all in all, got to give props to Nemiga. They were super solid here, and they came through when they needed to the most at the end.
Yeah, it was definitely a big performance out of both teams, but Nemiga go ahead and grab themselves a spot in the main event. We found another team heading their way to the main event, but there's still one more spot up for grabs, so we're going to find out who that's going to be after the break. You don't want to go anywhere, just after a short little break. We've got about an hour, I think, Alex, so you know you can go grab some snacks, get ready for the next one. We're going to hop into our second game of the day. It's going to be coming up after this. We'd like to see you there.